regarded as one of the largest and most terrifying predators to have ever existed, reaching up to 60 feet in length. However, a few real creatures, some still alive today and others long extinct, either rival or exceed the megalodon in size. Starting off in our number 10 spot, we are talking about the blue whale. Imagine a creature so massive that even the mighty megalodon, one of the most feared predators to ever roam the oceans, would seem small in comparison. Now, meet the blue whale, the largest animal to have ever existed, dwarfing even the megalodon. These gentle giants can grow up to a jaw-dropping 100 feet, which is about 30 meters in length, and they weigh up to 200 tons. About the weight of 33 elephants. And here's the kicker. They're of course still alive today, cruising through the oceans like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. While the megalodon was a fierce hunter, the blue whale is a filter feeder, consuming thousands of pounds of krill each day, almost as if it's an endless vacuum cleaner of the sea. What's truly mind-blowing is that blue whales never stop growing. They keep gaining size throughout their lives. Imagine seeing one of these titanic creatures in person. A living reminder that the ocean still holds secrets bigger than our imagination. What would you feel if you came face to face with this behemoth, knowing that in the vast ocean, there's always something bigger just waiting to be discovered? In our number 9 spot today, we have the Leedsichthys. Imagine swimming in the ocean 165 million years ago during the Jurassic period, and instead of encountering the infamous megalodon, you come face to face with the Leedsichthys, a fish so enormous that it could grow up to 75 feet long. That's nearly the size of a Boeing 737. Unlike the terrifying toothy megalodon, Leedsichthys wasn't a predator. In fact, it was a gentle giant that spent its days gliding through the ancient seas, filtering plankton and small sea creatures from the water. But don't let its peaceful diet fool you. This colossal creature could weigh up to 45 tons, making it a serious heavyweight in the ancient oceans. And, like the blue whale, it kept growing throughout its life, meaning that the older it got, the more massive it became. Can you imagine a fish so big that it would make modern sharks look like minnows? Even though it doesn't have rows of razor-sharp teeth like the megalodon, the sheer size of the Leedsichthys was enough to make it one of the most formidable creatures of its time. In our number 8 spot today, we are talking about the Shastasaurus. These guys were the undisputed king of the Triassic seas, a massive marine reptile that could reach up to lengths of 69 feet, making it larger than many of today's ocean giants and easily outsizing the fearsome megalodon. This wasn't just any ancient predator. The Shastasaurus was an ichthyosaurus, a dolphin-like creature that dominated the oceans over 200 million years ago. Despite its intimidating size, it wasn't the sharp-toothed terror you might expect. In fact, they had a toothless snout and fed on soft-bodied prey like squid, making it a giant of the prehistoric seas. What's even more fascinating is how streamlined its body was, designed for speed and efficiency, allowing this behemoth to glide through the water with ease. And just like other ancient ocean giants, it didn't stop growing, continuing to expand throughout its lifetime. Can you imagine swimming alongside a creature so big that even modern whales look small by comparison? It's incredible to think that the oceans once held creatures that made even the megalodon seem ordinary. Be a terrifying time. Prehistoric oceans? No thank you. Even now the ocean's pretty scary. In our number 7 spot today, we have the Spinosaurus. The Spinosaurus wasn't just your typical dinosaur. It was a 50-foot-long, semi-aquatic beast that ruled both land and water, making it one of the most formidable creatures to ever exist. This terrifying predator, known for its enormous sail-like structure on its back, was the largest carnivorous dinosaur, even bigger than the infamous T-Rex. What makes the Spinosaurus truly fascinating is its unique lifestyle. lifestyle. It wasn't confined to dry land like most other dinos. Instead, it spent much of its time hunting in rivers and swamps, feasting on fish and any unlucky prey that crossed its path. With webbed feet and a crocodile-like snout filled with sharp teeth, Spinosaurus was built for an aquatic life, making it one of the few land animals that could have challenged the Megalodon for dominance had they ever crossed paths in some prehistoric nightmare. And like many ancient creatures, it kept growing, becoming an even larger menace over time. It's no wonder this creature continues to capture the imagination. It lived in two worlds, mastering both, and its sheer size and power are enough to send chills down anyone's spine. What would it have been like to witness such a colossal creature stalking through the water? A true nightmare on land and sea. In our number 6 spot today, we have the Supersaurus. When I was writing this, I was trying so hard to think of a way, you know when you're at like a place and they're like, do you want the super salad? Like the soup or salad, but it sounds like super salad? The Supersaurus? I don't know. You see where I'm going with this, right? Alright, the Supersaurus was a true titan of the prehistoric world, stretching an astonishing 105 to 112 feet in length, making it one of the longest land animals ever to walk the earth. This sauropod was so massive that its neck alone could have rivaled the entire body length of smaller dinosaurs. To put that into perspective, the Supersaurus was nearly twice the length of the Megalodon, and while it wasn't a predator, its sheer size would have made it a giant among giants. Unlike the fast-swimming Megalodon, Supersaurus was a slow-moving herbivore, but its incredible length and towering height meant that it could graze the treetops that other dinosaurs couldn't even reach. Its long, whip-like tail and enormous pillar-like legs helped support its massive frame, making it a lumbering colossus that ruled the land. It is mind-blowing to think that the Earth once supported life this big, and Supersaurus stands as one of the most awe-inspiring examples of nature's ability to create true giants. In our number 5 spot today, we have the Argentinosaurus. The Argentinosaurus was a living colossus, one of the largest land animals to ever walk the planet. This gigantic titanosaur from the late Cretaceous period could grow up to 100 feet long and weigh over 100 tons, making it significantly larger than the Megalodon, despite being a land dweller. Its sheer size is almost incomprehensible. Imagine a creature that weighed as much as 14 African elephants towering over the prehistoric landscape. Argentinosaurus didn't stop there, it kept growing throughout its life, adding mass and bulk and reaching heights that allowed it to feast on the treetops. Supported by massive tree trunk-like legs, this beast moved slowly but steadily, its size alone a defense against predators. With a body so long it could stretch across a basketball court, the Argentinosaurus made an indelible mark on the history of life on Earth. Just thinking about a creature this large walking the same planet that we now inhabit raises the question, could anything on Earth today ever reach such a size again? In our number 4 spot today, we have the Paraceratherium. This was an absolute giant, towering over the landscape as the largest land mammal to ever exist. This hornless rhinoceros from the Oligocene epoch stood about 16 feet tall at the shoulder, about the height of a giraffe, and weighed up to a staggering 20 tons. That's more than double the weight of the largest African elephants alive today, and far heavier than many marine creatures, including the fearsome Megalodon. Unlike its modern rhino relatives, these guys had no horn because it didn't need one. Its sheer size alone made it nearly invincible to predators. It roamed ancient forests and grasslands, using its long neck to reach vegetation, essentially living the life of a mammalian sauropod. With legs like pillars and a body built for sheer bulk, Paraceratherium would have been a true marvel to witness, dwarfing everything in its path. In our number 3 spot today, we have the Leviathan. Leviathan was a true monster of the ancient oceans, a predator that could rival even the Megalodon. This prehistoric sperm whale, which lived around 12 to 13 million years ago during the Miocene epoch, grew up to 57 feet long, making it one of the top apex predators of its time. But it wasn't just its size that made Leviathan terrifying. It had teeth up to a foot long, some of the largest of any known animal. Unlike modern sperm whales, which primarily feed on squid, Leviathan hunted large marine animals, including other whales. Its massive jaw and fearsome bite made it a powerful force in the ancient seas, competing directly with the Megalodon for the title of the ocean's most fearsome predator. And like other giant creatures of its era, Leviathan didn't stop growing as it aged, becoming an even more imposing presence in the deep. Imagine a clash between Leviathan and Megalodon, two oceanic titans battling for supremacy in a prehistoric world that would make today's seas look tame. Could there be any other predators out there that could match this giant's raw power? Leviathan's reign in the oceans is a reminder of just how dangerous and awe-inspiring Earth's ancient waters once were. In our number 2 spot today, we have the Pliosaurus funki. Better known as Predator X, this was a marine nightmare that ruled the Jurassic seas long before the Megalodon appeared. Growing up to 50 feet in length, this pliosaur was a powerhouse built for one thing: killing. With jaws that could generate an insane bite force, some estimates suggesting it was 4 times more powerful than that of a T-Rex, Predator X was capable of crushing anything unfortunate enough to get in its way. Its teeth, each the size of a banana, were designed to rip through flesh with terrifying efficiency. While its sheer size is impressive, it's the combination of speed, strength, and those monstrous jaws that made Predator X one of the most fearsome creatures of its time. As it patrolled the oceans, nothing was safe. Whether it was other marine reptiles or giant fish, Predator X was at the top of the food chain. And like many ancient ocean giants, it continued to grow throughout its life, making it an even more terrifying predator as it aged. And finally, in our number 1 spot today, we have the fin whale. The fin whale is a modern day giant, second only to the blue whale in size, and still one of the largest animals to have ever lived. Stretching up to 85 feet in length, this sleek ocean dweller far surpasses the Megalodon in size, though it doesn't share the same fearsome reputation. Instead of hunting prey like the Megalodon, the fin whale is a filter feeder, gulping down massive amounts of water and filtering out tiny krill and plankton. Despite its very peaceful diet, the sheer scale of the fin whale is enough to leave you in awe. It can weigh up to 80 tons, and its heart alone can be as heavy as a small car. What's even more fascinating is that, much like the blue whale, the fin whale never stops growing. It continues to expand as it ages, adding to its already massive frame. This living titan silently cruises the world's oceans, a reminder that nature's giants aren't just creatures of the past. Alright guys, that has been our list for today. Thanks so much for checking it out. I've been your host today, Olivia Kozlowski, and I will see you again soon. Goodbye. See you later. Goodbye.